Okay, so you bought your HyperTile set. You think it's gorgeous the way it comes in this box, like a bunch of square Pringles chips, all different colors. You open it up, you dump it out, you play with them for a while. Okay, now it's time to put them back away. You can put them back in the box. It's not that hard to do. I know you might have struggled with it if you just tried without watching this video, but I'll show you the trick for that. You're also welcome just to put them in a Ziploc bag. If you do, don't forget about the little connectors and the instructions, and probably you can take out this sleeve and put that in there too, just so you know, and you kind of forget about this plastic box. You're also welcome to scale it up a bit and put them all inside a little tote. They fit pretty easily inside this. This is a 6-quart tote. So again, if you do that, make sure you put the little instruction manual and the label, just so you have that. It's got information about the website. But if you want to put it back in the box, it's not that tricky. One thing you want to do, start by putting one of the packets. Now there's 80 connectors, so put about 40. Doesn't have to be exactly that number. In one of the bags. Put that down there. That'll be a little cushion on the bottom. And now you're going to start putting these in. Now you can put them in one at a time, but there are 48 tiles. That's going to take a while. 48 tiles in a deluxe set, that is. So you can certainly take, and you don't have to put them back the same colorful order. Any order will do. But take 5 or 6 at a time. Bunch them up like this. And then you simply put the corners in, and it might help to little flex the box a bit to do that. And then just drop them in there. Okay? So once you get that little technique down. Oh, and by the way, when you put the next set in on top, make sure you put them in the same corners. If you go like this, I'll show you what happens. Oops, there's that won't pack very well. That's the opposite of efficient packing. So make sure once you've dedicated it, putting these 2 corners in, these 2 corners there, make sure you continue to do that so they continue to stack very efficiently. I mean, you're not going to get it into a smaller space than this box. Okay? So that's not very hard to do, and you'll have them all put away in no time. Once you have them all put away, and by the way, it could be fun to create different colors here, different patterns. What if instead they came white, Roy G. Biv, and then black? You could have them go each individual stack here that repeated over and over again. That gives a nice thing. It starts to look like a little colorful barcode too. So, by the way, one of the problems with putting back in here is you obviously have to take all the connectors off. You can't leave any connected or even the connectors on. If you put them in a Ziploc bag or a tote, that's a convenience. You can leave the connectors on the edges here of the tiles. So, but no, if you're doing it in here, you really need to take all those connectors off, put them back. That's not so terrible. But let me finish putting these away so I can show you that. There's the last thing you have to do. Now, of course, I pack them this way because I like the way it looks in the package, and also because it's extremely efficient to ship to people. Not a lot of wasted space, and they really do reinforce each other. It's a strong shape. The hyperbolic paraboloid is a strong shape to begin with, but yeah, and if you've done it right, there it is. They pack very efficiently, and this is rock solid. If you were to drop this, I promise you, you would not break any of the tiles. You might break, especially if you land on a corner, this plastic box, okay? So once you've done that, don't forget the other packet, and then finally the instruction page there. Keep that with it, and then boom, there it is, back in the box. And you'll get to the point where that takes maybe 2 minutes at most. Not a big deal. Yeah, there you have it.